because the river's got a barrier across it on one side, I'm going to actually have to wade through the river at this spot, so we'll see how we get on to get to my magnet fishing spot, so see how it goes. And it's actually going to feel like St. Christopher going across here. I've got another spike that I'm going to use to support, and you see the boots there in the water. Let's get going. If it's not too powerful, we'll just work like that. Put a bit of power on the water here, and I'm going to be very careful. Feel my feet is like that. About halfway there. Feel my feet as I go. Oh. Getting there. See, it's up to my knees nearly now at the moment. And it's just feeling my way as I go. Making sure there's no deep holes, which there can be in this river. Deepest section, right up to my knees now. You can see it's a bit of flow on the river, so I'm going to be extremely careful. That's it. Feel my way nearly all the way across now. There we are. So I've just got across the river there. Blimey. Have to be careful on the way back as well. And get my way up onto the bank. I'll just turn the camera off for that. So there we are, just like St. Christopher. I've got across the river. My trusty staff are on the way back. Let's hope the water didn't get up too much in that time, but looking for some good magnet fishing over this way. Blimey. A bit overgrown, but we'll give it a try. As you can see, I've been fighting my way through all this stuff to get here, but hopefully it'll be well worthwhile because it's a good catchment area for bits of metal after a flood. For interesting metal too. Well, here I am at the spot I'm going to magnet fish. I just had to get out. It's getting stir crazy at home. After doing my St. Christopher impression, here I am, and hopefully be some interesting bits caught up in all this. We never know. My weapon of choice today is a 350 kg double-sided magnet. Alright, let's get chucking. First throw in, let's get it out there. You can see the flow on the river today, which is quite fierce. There we are, first throw in, and got this knife out. Not that old by the looks of it, but I'll clean it up later and see if it's any different, but nonetheless, still quite good. First throw in. Well, you can see how fierce the weather is here. The wind's blowing a hoolie, and I've got something on there, but what it is, let's wait and find out. It was, in fact, this great slab of old iron, which looks like it was trying to make something up, but what, I don't know. But a sizable chunk, weighs about a kilo. Well, just got this lovely handle from a pot, or I would say a pot. Really quite old, made of iron, not steel. Really nice find. An old centre of a wheel hub, look at that. Or maybe off of a metal light fitting, I'm not sure. It's got the bits out round the side there. It could be either. Nothing written on it at all. But another different find. Well, absolutely fantastic. I'm pleased with that. Hobnail boot plate. A lot of people say they're small horseshoes, but they're not. They're hobnail boot plates. About $18.90 off of a child's hobnail boot. Fantastic. And on the other side, it's a random piece of old bleh. But that is a real good find. I'm pleased with that. Excellent. Made the St. Christopher walk worthwhile. You can see very powerful when you're moving along with magnets, sticks and things in the water. You've got to be quite careful. And I just got out this really ancient spade. I never used to find spades, but I seem to find a lot of them these days. You can see it's really old. Try and stay still for a bit. Made of iron. And well formed there, but just a little chunk missing out at the end. That's probably why it was disposed of. But another fantastic find. Well pleased with that. You can hear the winds getting up like anything now, but this very old shovel really is a good find, and I am pleased with it. You see the wind blowing the trees around up there, so it's quite a precarious area. I think I'd better be fairly quick soon. I don't want a tree to fall on me. Oh, a piece of iron and a flatter Victorian hobnail boot plate from an adult boot. Just on there. Absolutely fantastic. Love it. Imagine the Victorians wearing it, walking around. Fantastic. Well, I've got a big snatch on there. I can hardly wait to see what it is. Anticipation, that's 9/10 of the game. Great fun. Well, it was, in fact, this great big piece of iron. Look at that, great big flat piece of iron. Probably might have been from a sluice or anything, but very interesting. Weighs about 2 kilos. Ooh. Well, look at that plethora of stuff I've got there. And that amazing, look, boot plate there. I would say that's probably a 1930s one. And a bolt and some other bits. Probably worthwhile a bit more investigation on this, just see what we've actually got. Absolutely fantastic. Look at that. Gets no better than this, does it? Gets no better than this. Well, look at that. An amazing old pot or bucket handle. Could be any age from 1900s, but absolutely fantastic. What a nice find that is. Handmade, you can see by the bits on the side there, it's definitely handmade. Really good find. Man, gee, there must be thousands of these that we chucked away over the years. There's an old iron, and you can see, see the inside there. Totally different. I love to find those, and that's quite a nice complete one too, which is good. Turn of the century. Well, a piece of old iron that's come off of the side of something like a fire guard, I would think. So don't all get excited and think it's a gun, because it's not. Just a piece of iron off of the side of a fire guard, but still historical for the area and great fun. Well, I just got this amazing iron cross. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Might have been off the top of a railing or something, but it's still quite nice to have. So that's a definite keeper, and some sort of rusty, spiky thing to one side of it. But very nice indeed. Good find. It's because it's my St. Christopher Day, obviously. Before you ask me, I have no idea at all what this is. It's just a round piece of something and a straight piece of something. But use your imagination. If you know, please let me know. Or don't. I don't mind. Either way. Well, I just pulled up this massive chunk of old riveted iron on one side and on the other. Oh, because it's a bit hefty. Got like a bar and a ring. I'm not quite sure what they're for. Probably that ring and bar is animal related. Try and turn it around a bit. Oh, that's it there. A piece of the infamous barrel strapping. Got this old hook here. It's got a ball on one end and like a split bit at the bottom there. Don't know what that is. But another interesting find. Well, there's a flat piece on one side of this hooked object. No idea at all. Well, you can't beat this, can you? Just peaceful and tranquil. Sound of running water. Man and magnet. What fun. Well, another load of stuff, and what seems to be a very old rolling pin or something with a ball end on top. Might even be the top of a part of fence. Hollow inside. Loads of other magnetic junk around it, but a very interesting find. Well, I'm beginning to change my mind on it being a rolling pin now. You can see the round bit at the top here, and you can see that it's hollow within there. It's not a bomb, but an unusual thing really if you look at it. Let's hold it still a minute. So there we are, it's that long, and there it is. Great fun. Well, an old broken bolt, quite a big one, and this round thing on the back here, I'm not sure what that is. Let's hold it still, James. And interesting, part of the history of the area. Little round thing, don't know what it is again, but all makes up part of the fun of the area. I just pulled up this iron pot handle with a piece of square pot. Must have been cut out with something for some reason, and there it is. Quite novel, isn't it? And amazing, I just pulled up this sole of a Victorian hobnail boot, and you can see all the little studs in there. Actually, let's put it down a minute and we can get it off so you can see it better. Let's see. There we are. Let's pick it up. And isn't that amazing? Look at that. All those studs in there. Really historical. See, it's Victorian. Loads and loads of studs and bits in there. It must take hours for somebody to have made such a thing. And on the other side, remnants of the old boot itself. But all those studs are what enabled me to pull it out of the river. Amazing. I suppose up north you call it a clog, but here we call it a boot. Hobnail boot. Amazing. Real, first class, 100% history. Brilliant. Well, amazing. Another old handle off of something here. And loads of magnet jumble. You can see that the handle goes into that shape there. Not wishing to run it around too much so you all get fed up with watching it, but look, truly amazing thing. Look at that, fantastic. And on the back, what's on the back? Just a tube of metal, that's all it is. It's not a gun or anything, don't get yourselves excited, but Victorian, I've no doubt. Just as I was stripping my magnet off there, you can see the remnants of an old key. I'll try and get a bit closer. So there we are, there's an old key with the ring piece missing off the end there, but off the hand side. Fantastic. You can see this old thing I've just pulled out, milled away in the middle, lug at one end. It's one of those I've no idea moments again, I'm afraid. So roundup time, these have been my fantastic finds here this morning. You can see here, old animal tether. That was just the more modern knife I pulled out at the beginning. Handles there and there. Hobnail boot plates, very interesting. The handle, a wonderful metal cross, probably from Radians, but it looks nice. The iron, there we are. The pot handle, fantastic old hobnail boot, which is my find of the day. I'm really pleased with that more than anything else. And various other bits, the shovel and the round thing that I can't make out what it is, but all good fun, fantastic fun, and turned up history from, I would say, the 1890s, but you're never quite sure. Good bit of fun, absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to have to fight my way through the undergrowth again and wade through the river, hopefully it's not come up any, and take the long walk back to the car. Long wet walk back to the car, I should say. But absolutely fantastic stuff. It doesn't get any better than this at all. I've had bombs and safes and stuff, but I love this more than anything. So if you haven't subscribed, please like and subscribe. Also follow other people such as Paul Magnet Man Houlihan, which is a great guy, good sense of humour. That's what you need for this. Brilliant sense of humour, actually. And that's it, but it's history that we don't have to dig for, history we can just pull out. And I'm going to start my wade back through the river to go home now. Well, you can see how overgrown it is by the way I'm walking through these bits and bobs, and slippery on the ground, so everything covered in moss. And pull myself over there. And this is the spot where I've got to fall my way back through the river using my trusty staff like St. Christopher. We'll hope I don't fall in. If I do, it's the end of the video. We're now actually in the river, knee deep, and let's ford our way across. Hope we don't fall in. Deep there. Okay. Just feeling me way with my feet as I go. Nearly there. And across. Well, thanks for watching. I'm now doing the long walk back to the car. Feeling wet, but what a great time I've had. Absolutely fantastic. As they say, life's for living, so you've got to do as much as you can. and it was really good fun. Brilliant.